15 years last a senseless civil crisis in Liberia that took the lives of over 250,000 people. A crisis that was planned in the United States of America. A crisis that was initiated by the United States of America that saw the killings, abuse of children, women and men. A crisis that generation after generation will forever remember. It's from that crisis we have learned our lessons, for which we have had 18 years of peace and 2 peaceful transitions of power. But after 18 years of peace, an impending danger looms over Liberia, and it is being initiated by the American billionaire Robert Freeland. Robert Freeland, a billionaire and CEO and owner of HPX, is well known for his involvement in a number of dubious business dealings in several African nations and the world at large. Freeland was formerly a member of the junta's drug trafficking syndicate at the end of his arrest in Portland in 1969. Bob Toxic Bob was known as Toxic Bob for trying to sell the police 8,000 hits of LSD. Freeland and his 2 accomplices were found to be in possession of an additional 16,000 hits, making this the state's largest ever narcotic raid. According to Moody's, Robert Freeland's drug money has been shifted via money. Robert Freeland is noted for putting oppositions against government. He only operates in country that has crisis in order to carry on his dubious dealings. The report which indicted Robert Freeland for wrong deeds in Burma was authored by money expert Russia Moody and distributed by Money Watch Canada and Canadian Friends of Burma under the title Grave Diggers, a report on Myanmar's mining industry. According to a Money Watch news release, serious environmental damage has been done to the Moniwa mining region, and roads leading to the mine were constructed using forced labor. Nearby drinking water in Burma, where Freeland was mining, was so filthy that locals began to boil the water to purify it and reselling the copper back to the government. Assassination and deception have been the specialties of the renowned South African mercenary outfit Executive Outcome, EO, which is made up of apartheid-era military personnel. Rebel had seized control of Diamond Works premises in Sierra Leone in 1996, and EO retook them. To reclaim the diamond fields, EO used airburst bombs, which vaporize anything in their path, whether oppositions or impositions. Liberians should be warned of this man, Robert Freeland, the owner of HPX. He has caused problems in several countries like Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, supporting Boko Haram in order to carry on his dubious mining operations. Robert Freeland, a con man, a scammer, was charged in a report in 2001 of gang raping the environment and using forced labor in Burma. Just like he's trying to do with the Samandu mining project in Guinea, refusing to build his own rail but forcing to use the ArcelorMittal rail. Police killed 34 protesters at the Marikana Platinum Mine in 2012 because citizens thought that Mr. Freeland has never developed a mine in South Africa before and was seeking his 3rd mining agreement. An investigation by the Globe and Mail has uncovered many details of Robert Freeland code injunctions, ultimatums to government, and digging up dead on opponents. In November 2021, police searched Mr. Freeland's office in Canada for a dubious mining operation in Congo. Recently, 3 Liberian officials were sanctioned for corruption for the Samandu mining agreement with Freeland company HPX. But the truth of the matter is, Mr. Freeland allegedly sent a check of $500,000 United States through the Guinean concessionaire HPX to break the rules of the legislature and have the House of Representatives proceed unilaterally to return ArcelorMittal's agreement to the president. The legislature allegedly decided to tour the concession area of ArcelorMittal and to prepare a report that would justify their actions to return the agreement. But the president, in his rightful thinking, signed the agreement with ArcelorMittal, and that aggravated Mr. Freeland, that caused him in writing this letter to the president and threatening his administration. This is the letter written by Robert Freeland, CEO of HPX, on 13 September 2021, as you can see. To fast forward, let me get you to the important part of this letter and to prove to you that this man likes to operate in crisis. During the Guinean crisis, this man kept persuading President Weah to carry on his mining operations in Guinea. He stated it in his letter to President George Weah, and it says, I want to assure you that the recent events in Guinea will not cause any major delays. We have met with Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya, who provided full support for our project. Now, let's get to the last paragraph where he threatens the Liberian government, which resulted into 3 of George Weah's officials being sanctioned. I can assure you that if that was the case, this would be of grave concern to the US authorities. All the more that HPS is a US company financed by important US institutional investors. Dear incoming broadcast administration, this man Robert Freeland is of no good. He's bad news. And going into an agreement with him will cause more harm than blessings for our country. It's a warning.